kid in full hockey fit pulls up and sits right in front of you, and you can't see a thing. This might be more of a me guy move than just bringing your glove to a game. At least your glove is not right in the people behind you's face. I'm not trying to grow my bones anymore. My bones are grown, bro. I don't need to drink milk. I'm not a baby. You know who drinks milk? Babies and children. I don't put milk in my coffee. I drink black coffee like a grown-up. He ain't throwing a pick. If I could speak another language, I'd say it in that one too. It's time to dust off old Krabs again, take the less than half a pick, and f***ing cash would be tonight's. Tail it, fade it, I don't give a shit. I'm making money on it. What's going on, chat? Happy BTL Monday, episode 804 piece. As always, hold the fry, joined by your two hosts, Krabs and Jovan, presented by SeatGeek. If you are going to any college basketball games this year, if you're going to any NFL games, if you have not given up on your NFL team yet, and you're still going to watch them play in person, buy your tickets on SeatGeek. Get involved. Get involved. WSeatGeek. Use promo code Bookit10 and get a discount on your purchase. Plug that puppy in the app right now before you forget. W Jovan, W Goots. I believe we have a Goots on ground down there right now in Dallas in the office. Love to hear it. And W Subbies. Yeah, Boots on ground, Goots on ground. We got Invisible Warrior getting involved, resubbing. W Invisible Warrior. Let's go, guys. As Rowdy says, let's get this money. W's. We got John Q getting involved as well. Happy Monday, guys. Let's have a day. Goots, good to hear you got down there safe and sound. W job, Goots. There he is. Yes, Goots.
Let's go.
There's the wall. Huge. There's the wall. Good shit, Goots. And W Book It with Chew as well. What's up, Book of Chew? Much love to y'all. Just ordered some chilies to get delivered to me, and I haven't had chilies in 5 years. Got the triple dipper and dragon fruit lemonade. Chewy, you're about to have a Monday, brother. You're about to have a Monday. I'm sure you can.
Let's go.
Sounds fire. Book of Chew, 15 stream streak. We got a hype train moving to Groove and Fix. Brian C., I'll keep you in my prayers, man. That's fucking brutal. We got your back, my man. Happy to distract you, hopefully, for the next couple. Okay? All right, let's move. Let's groove. We got Austin R. getting involved on a 30 stream streak as well. Love to see that. W. Austin, you're him. All right, let's move. Let's groove. Why don't we go ahead and start recapping? And Jovan, if you could take the reins on this real quick. I got to figure out this meeting stuff for the website. Give me 30 seconds. Can you go over these plays and start the recapping here?
Yep, can do that. Thankfully for Sunday, we got back up and moving. Shout out Raekwon for 8th month sub. You're him. Shit try. Thank you, Rangers. Or not thank you, Rangers. Thank you, Red Wings and Patrick Kane for a wide open net miss. That was brutal, as was the hook on LSU, plus 10.5 in that ridiculously insane game. But we got about Goots Ravens on Sunday. Shit first two, but we got momentum going into the week. Exactly what we need. Any comments, Goots?
We're back. That's my comment.
Back. Marvelous.
Right, Krabs? Back.
What a game.
Yeah.
Let's go, Ravens.
It looked like it was going to be quail shit, and I was going to have to move back to Maryland after one day. But
Goots, 1-0 with you in the state of Texas. People forget that.
I might have bought me a flight back home if they didn't cover.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
I would have.
Yep.
Great call there. Shit call on LSU and shit call on the over on the ice.
Shit calls.
Get those in as well. Shit calls. It is what it is. All right, let's keep moving and grooving. Let's go ahead and look at the Friday Sharp Report and see how we did overall. Wow. Haven't heard a peep. Haven't heard a peep. Back-to-back 5-0. Yep.
Just can't get
back-to-back 5-0. Somebody did me a favor, if you can, if you're around. Grab me my broomski, please.
2 days in a row.
Back-to-back sweeps. Back-to-back sweeps. Haven't heard a peep. Appreciate you, Kyle B. You're him. Broomski, please. Broomski, please. I'm putting my arm out, and I want the broomski to come right to my hand like I'm in fucking Harry Potter, and I'm a goddamn wizard. My plays have looked pretty wizardly the last couple of days. 10-0 on the Sharp Report. That does not grow on trees, folks. Have we ever had, and if anybody's done it, it's been Jovan. Have we ever had a back-to-back 5-0?
I don't know that we have.
I think we've had back-to-back like switching off. Like you have one next day, Jovan had one, or other way around. But I don't know about.
Yeah, I don't know if
in person.
one of us has done it 2 days in a row. That is just.
Yeah, that might be history.
That's probably history.
Might be history in the making. All right, W Sharp report again. We're not going to live in the past. Can we recap the king of the boards as well? And Jovan, you might have to go ahead and let the people know what happened on king of the board week 1.
I tip cap. Krabs got me this week. Horrific try.
Yeah, how about this? 3-2, 1-4, rare from Jovan there. I did not finish strong. That paid Watson less than was literally just a surgical stream faked. It was a literal. I was watching the surge stream. I saw Gav went up there and pitched it. The chart was green. I said, you know what? I'm just going to plug this in. And I thought I'd go 4-1, but W win. We need to start tracking these puppies because I'm undefeated.
Yeah, that's 1-0 for Krabs.
Undefeated.
Not letting Krabs go this week, man.
Yeah, let's run it back. I think we should have the loser pick what they want to do for the following week. So, like, if in this rare case you're the loser here, you pick what you want to do. Straight bets, if you want to run back prize pick squares, whatever you want.
Yeah,
let me know.
You got home field now, so you could pick all unders if you really wanted to right now for this week.
Yeah. I love the king of the board. Good thing we brought that back. I hope you guys like that as well. Jovan sweeping this week. Could not agree more. It's Mac. Could not agree more. All right. Yep. Let's move. Let's groove. No, make Jovan eat them steak bits. That's not a punishment, Guru Griff. That's a reward. That's a reward.
It's definitely not a reward, man.
Do they even have Arby's down there?
Yeah, they got Arby's. They got Arby's everywhere, don't they?
Okay.
I know there's definitely one like right next to the office. They're pretty close.
Okay. All right. Let's move. Let's groove. Enough yapping about Arby's and Krabs. Unbelievable week. It's going to get completely swept. Let's move on to the Hail Mary and the five guys. Can we clap it up? We finally cashed the goddamn Hail Mary. Oof. It took way longer than it should have. It took way longer than it should have. Yeah. W Hail Mary. Hey, now we're back. We might even be over 500, or in the positive, I guess is a better way to put it, for the Hail Marys on the year, hitting that plus 1100. Right?
Yeah,
we've probably done what, like 10 of those? Maybe we're up a unit. Okay.
Yeah, it's probably right around the cut.
Okay. Now the five guys, on the other hand, just trashes.
Yeah, terrible try. I take responsibility for those.
Well, I mean, I've never seen Malik Washington look like that before, where he turned into Lamar and could throw.
Lamar.
I mean, he had like 200 yards on the ground.
Yeah, that was absurd. He had two crazy runs in the first quarter alone. I don't know where that spawned from. That was Mushed.
Yeah, no clue.
Aaron Anderson, I think, broke his arm. Then Alejado just spawned.
I have no clue. No clue where that came from Malik there. No clue. All right, W Hail Mary, L5 guys. We got to make sure we smack a five guys this weekend for you guys. Let's keep moving and grooving. And yeah, JJ McCarthy, we might need to sound the alarms or at least hold a little bit on JJ after he had two good games and everybody crowned him the next big thing. He's not terrible, right? He's in a great system as well. But shit game, couple picks. I mean, the Ravens defense also turning it up a notch as well the last couple weeks. It's almost like somebody said a couple weeks ago, buy stock in the Ravens defense, picking them up in fantasy. And and now you're seeing it come to fruition here. That Ravens defense is starting to lock in. Yeah, never seen Harbaugh have a bad defense ever. You know that shit wasn't going to last.
Those picks were also like legit punts. Those were terrible.
Yeah, I mean, they were terrible. All right, let's move. Let's groove. W. William Wagers. Appreciate you, Beast. Let's run it back. Let's go 15-0. The last 15 plays. Wouldn't that be something? I love my plays today as well. We're going to talk about them. Here in a moment. Got a couple other things to recap here, and then we're going to go ahead and do the sharp report. We also have a sneak steam Krabs today, but we'll get to it. Let's go and look at the college football and NFL weekend previews. Can we look at those puppies?
Dable fired? No way.
What? Huh.
Why?
I mean, they reinvented ways to lose that game, but I'm surprised. Maybe they didn't want to fire him when Jackson Dart was, playing well and in the game. Now he's concussed. They're thinking he might not remember this because they're butt buddies, and maybe they thought they could sneak in a firing here while he's still concussed. That could be it.
I mean, I don't know. I don't get it. I don't get that.
Yeah, I thought Jackson Dart's guy was Daboll, but I mean, is Daboll getting fucking bowl? Probably not. So I might as well move on.
This was the first time he's had somewhat of his guy and his system, and now you're gonna have a top pick without needing a quarterback. That felt like you were building towards something. Obviously, the results, they're not winning games, but you probably don't really want to at this point. They look decent. What?
Okay. Can we go back to the recaps? I don't think we really. Thank you, Goods. I want to see how we did overall. I carried with college. Great weekend in college.
Saturday. Thank God for Sunday.
Yeah. Bounced back on Sunday there. Goods. I was 1 under 500 there. That Cairo Santos square. Unbelievable. Shout out the Giants. You know what? They should have fired Daboll because that's absurd that they lost that game and gave up all those last-second touchdowns. So, that Caleb Weston passing touchdowns was sharp, but the Cairo Santos square was a little bit too sharp, I think. And it cost me. The Browns blew it. The Commanders are atrocious. The Cardinals are atrocious. I knew that was caked when Big Cat said it was his play of the weekend. I was so confused by that.
No way that was his play of the weekend.
Was so confused by that, but literally my soul left my body when I saw that on Twitter, and I pretty much already wrote that one off. So shout out UConn as well. What a fucking game from them.
That right?
Yeah. I mean, not a good look for the ACC. I'll tell you that much. But ACC, we're a basketball conference, and the basketball teams are looking really good in the ACC to start the season. We're only 1 week in, but they're looking pretty good.
Yep.
W-Subby coming in from Baumgartner Jackson as well. I mean, we got schools like TCU, playing like shit in the Big 12. We got the ACC having, lottery picks on their team, on teams that are ranked 12th preseason in the conference, in the Hokies. So you cannot tell me that we're not a basketball conference. I moved on. I moved on from football. I moved on.
As you should. We not up here, but we tip cap to the Cal Bears.
Wow. Yes.
Crazy win over the weekend.
Yes.
I got swept.
Yeah. That certainly got swept. That was a crazy win.
Crazy.
Out of nowhere, to be honest with you. Good win for your boys, the Cal Bears. Good win for Ron.
Yeah, Ron. Ron Jelkin out there in Louisville.
Unbelievable. The ACC, I mean, it might not be the most talented football conference, but, man, it's entertaining. That's for sure. A lot of parity in that conference. Everybody can beat each other. It's been a pretty exciting, football season. All right.
A lot of knuck.
Let's move. Let's groove. No need to also mention Memphis. No need to talk about Memphis. No need to talk about Tulane. No need to talk about that game. We could just move on. Leave it in the past, right? And then move on there. And shout out Navy as well for cashing that over, although it wasn't really their doing. It was more of Goots' Irish and Jovan's Irish. Thought it was caked when Blake Horvath got ruled out. Shout out Navy as well for just sneak ruling out Horvath an hour before the game. That's scummy.
Yeah.
The Naval Academy, probably not thinking about people's wagers, but I know for a fact there's some alumni that had some wagers on that game, and you fucked them over. You fucked them over, and you could have fucked over the Hail Mary. But shout out Notre Dame for putting down a big old number and helping cash that Hail Mary. Okay? Yeah, Horvath, sneak injury, man. What the heck? All right.
Sneak, dude.
Let's move. Let's groove. Let's take a peep at the meat sheets, I believe. Let's talk some meat. Rare Jovan misfire in college. You cannot bank on that happening again. I like our chances this weekend. Yeah, I mean, talk about a coach that probably should get fired. Let's just go and rip the Band-Aid off. Mike Loxley is a horrendous coach.
Should get fired.
He's a horrendous coach. horrendous coach. Decent guy, horrendous coach. Mark Scar getting involved with a 5-unit sub. Let's go, Mark Scar. Attaboy.
Hey, Marks.
Attaboy. Appreciate you, Mark Scar, for the 5-unit whale. The Juice as well getting involved, resubbing. Appreciate you, Beast. Appreciate you, Beast. We also had Raekwon get involved with the resub. That one might have gotten squeaked. That
for sure got swept.
Appreciate all these subbies. Appreciate all the goats in the chat. Hope you guys are doing well. Hope you guys had a good weekend. Hope you had a better weekend than us on the meet sheet here. Because I think I was pretty much 500, maybe even below. It looks like after crunching my numbers here and checking the BTL database. Let's move on to NFL, see if that went any better. Jovan, yes, good.
Definitely.
Good to see Kyle Williams is alive.
Very alive. Can we please put Devontae Adams on the shelf, Krabs? Begging.
Oh no! And after that comment, I'll be 3-unit whaling him.
Begging.
I might have to take him on the books. Under half a tutty. After that comment,
he's got a squeak, man.
It's what are they trying to break the Guinness Book of World Records? Most touchdowns in a season.
Yeah, they might be. They might be.
You know what should be talked about? It's not the Devontae fades. I'm going to keep fading him. What should be talked about is Matthew Stafford. Legitimately, should be the favorite to win the MVP, and he's not getting the respect he deserves. He's starting to get a little bit of respect. Drake May's ahead of him. Mahomes still ahead of him. I think Josh Allen's still ahead of him as well. But
I think we know who the MVP should be right now, Krabs. And a quarterback.
Jonathan Taylor?
Yeah.
Sure.
If it wasn't a quarterback award, he'd be the large favorite by now.
That's a big old if. That's a capital IF.
Huge if. Right? But he puts up the numbers. He'll be there.
Yeah. If I was solo in charge of that award, sure. Jonathan Taylor, have a conversation here. I'm in. Goods, come on, man. Goods. Not Goods. Sure. Yes, Jonathan Taylor, probably the best player in the league right now. Probably the most valuable player to his team in the league, especially now that, all the Drake Mace or all the, Daniel Jones slurpers are starting to realize, well, maybe he actually does suck. If Krabs was in charge of MVP, a defensive player would win it. No. If Krabs was MVP in charge of that shit, a punter or a kicker would probably be winning that. Brandon Aubrey would probably be the MVP. Is Brandon Aubrey not the most valuable player to his team in the NFL? He probably is.
It would be a rotation every year between Tressway and Brandon Aubrey.
Tressway, certainly up there. As we get a 5-unit sub whale from Sade White, man. Let's go, Sade. Let's go, Sade. Attaboy. People forget Tressway literally won us the game against the Chargers earlier this season. That was our last win. Nobody talks about it when he got that roughing the punter in the end zone. We ended up coming back and dominating them the rest of the game. He might be MVP. Without him, we are nothing. Straight up. Dicker the kicker, he's certainly up there as well. We'll have to make a Krabs MVP list of the blue-collar guys, right? The guys who might not be getting all the credits. Might not be, the Pat Mahomes, Josh Allens, and Matt Staffords of the world, but guys who are just gritty and deserve a little bit more credit, right? We'll have to make that. Kami's punter touches the ball more than running backs on the team. Well, have you seen our running backs try to run the ball? It's hard to watch. They all suck. So, yeah, they're not getting the rock, and we're losing every game by 10 off the rip. Don't have time to run the ball. Give me a break. Tinlin Tutan getting involved as well. W Krabs, W Jovan, W Goots, W Chat. Hope everyone is doing well. I hope you're doing well, Tinlin Tutan. Hope you had a great weekend. Side note, here's something I could bitch about. It's not Steam Krabs, but Chris Boswell. Thanks, Rav. Appreciate you, Beast. I need a Chris Boswell to score 1 more point in my fantasy league with my buddies. And he missed a field goal for the first time since the Vietnam War, and I lost a fantasy matchup because of it. Can we clap it up for Raph?
Thank you, Rav.
Appreciate you, Beast. Yep, good work, Rav. He's really good. Great guy, great kicker, Chris Boswell. Unbelievable. The guy in the game last night's better than him, bro. Dicker the kicker. He's better.
That kept me around in our matchup last night, too.
Kept you around. Close but no cigar. Right?
I'm down 4 and change, Krabs. I still have a kicker tonight.
No shot.
I got Brandon McManus up and moving.
No shot.
Or I could go Jake Elliott. I had to pick up one of them, but I haven't really chose. But I got McManus on the roster right now. Kind of want to roll with him.
Well, the league I was talking about, I'm going to lose by 0.2 points. That's new shit. And then, what a comeback from the Nuckmuckers, who are now projected to win. What happens?
I picked up a kicker.
Oh, the Chargers defense happens.
Chargers defense also dropped Nuck, yeah.
Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? That's moose shit. That's moose shit. I'm about to lose both leagues by fucking 2 points combined. All right. Let's move. Let's groove. We have, I think, one more thing to recap here. If I'm not. Oh, actually, that might be it.
No, we're good.
That might be it. W. Goots. All right. I want to get pissed about something here real quick. Goots, do me a favor. Run that shit. I'm trying to get mad. Anybody notice anything about this vid? Anybody notice anything going on about some players who might be hurt, but still around the stadium, still around the team, still trying to support their boys to get wins? Anybody notice anything? Also, Commanders legend Robbie Chosen walking by as well. Sleeper.
Yeah.
He might be up there for the Krabs MVP list. Straight up.
Commanders legend.
Keeping us in that game. Robbie Chosen. Shout outs. Who's our best receiver?
Throwing around Commanders
like
that.
Best receiver yesterday, Robbie Chosen. Anybody notice somebody who might not be here? Obviously, JD5, dapping up the owner and, Doug Williams as well, Super Bowl legend. If you guys don't know who he is, the guy right there, who's also been around the team for the last couple of years. Good to see JD5 around and supporting the boys, right? Supporting the ball club after his elbow literally bends backwards and somehow he's healthy as an ox. He's only sore, they said. Anybody notice anything? Anybody notice somebody who might be missing on the sidelines? Because I certainly did. All the videos on Twitter after the game last night. I never thought I'd say this. I never thought I'd see the day where these comments came out of my mouth. Terry McLaurin might be a me guy. The conversation needs to be had, and I'll start it. I never thought I'd see the day. Terry McLaurin, a glue guy, a locker room leader. Breaks down the huddle, gets the boys hyped up before the games, closes them out after the games, win or lose. Where's Terry? Where is the $30 million man? Where's the guy we just paid a shitload of cash after he didn't show up to OTAs, after he did not show up to any of training camp, really, besides being on the sidelines and making it all about himself. Standing there with his agent. Where's Terry? He hasn't been flying on the road trips. When he's out, he's been a ghost. He's been at home. I haven't heard a peep out of him. Haven't seen anything on the socials. Nothing supporting the boys. Certainly not at the games. Where's Terry? He was nowhere to be found yesterday. Jane Daniels is there walking around healthy as an ox after his arm almost snaps off. He's not taking the weekend off. Where's Terry? It's a shame. Really is. You get paid, you get the bag, and next thing you know, you're absolutely MIA. And this is kind of the problem with this team in the Big 2-5. Obviously, not as talented as last year's squad. Obviously, last year we had a lot of luck, right? Last year we had a ton of luck on fourth downs. We had a lot of injury luck as well last year, pretty much the healthiest team in the NFL. This year, after one good season, whole team pretty much gets fat, happy, and complacent. Whole team pretty much holding on to 2024 and that great run. It starts at the top. Terry, you're supposed to lead by example. How are the rest of the guys supposed to show up and care? The rest of the injured players, the guys who are playing in the game, how are they supposed to give a hoot when you're not even there? I would have never expected this. I thought Terry would be on the sidelines with a damn headset on. I thought they'd have coaches pulling him back like they have the head coaches on strings with the guy on, like having him on a leash, pulling him back, making sure you're keeping him off the field in college football. I thought that would be Terry. Where is he? Ghost. Couldn't give two less of a shits. And this is the problem with this team. It's the problem with the 2025 culture. So easy to give up and quit. Terry, where are you, man? You're supposed to lead by example. What a loser and what a me guy. I'll say it. Can't believe it. Can't believe it. Sure, there's other bigger problems on this team. The defense might be the worst defense I've ever seen. But where's our guy? Where's our leader? Where's our captain at? Sad. It's really sad to say, to be honest with you. Sad to say. Sad to say. Luvu did pay $100K to play that game. People forget that as really well. Bad. People forget that as well. Luvu and Terry getting one Easter Motors, local DMV car dealership commercial. It's on every fucking game. They get in one commercial and they think their shit doesn't stink. And Luvu turns into the worst player of all time, hip dropping, tackling people, almost getting suspended. And Terry hurt the whole season, nowhere to be found. Sad. Sad. And now the Commanders under win total bettors are literally in the Galapagos. They're out there in Hawaii with Trent on his third vacation of the month. Yep. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. I've lost some respect for Terry. I never thought I'd be saying this. Where is our leader? Where's our captain? Oh. Unbelievable. Vegas Tom plays get involved with a resub. W Vegas Tom. Appreciate you, beast. Jovan Goots, am I just pissed off that my team sucks, or is there something here, man? You guys aren't as tapped in with me about the Commanders and, hurt players showing up for the game, but it sets a bad precedence. It really does.
Yeah, kind of does, especially when you're trying to overhaul the org, and that's the guy. I mean, JD5's the leader, but
Terry's the guy we just paid
the guy that's been there that you just
$1 billion.
paid, broke the bank for. I'd want him to be up there, man. I want him to be showing out for the team, not just disappearing from the org like Micah Parsons did at the beginning of the year.
Never thought I'd see this. I thought he'd be out there helping coach the team, getting the boys fired up. Never thought he would not be in Landover, Maryland. Look, I don't want to be in Landover, Maryland either. Okay? Nobody wants to go there. It's a bad place. Don't go there unless you have others around you or unless you're going to a Commanders game. I get it. But you got to step up and lead by example. He's nowhere to be found, man. Take that C off his jersey. It's bullshit. Dude gets paid and he's nowhere to be found. Unbelievable.
Make Ben Sonata captain, man.
Cooper Kupp last week didn't play. Played this week, got rewarded with that big old catch. Football gods rewarded him. Last week didn't play. On the sidelines with an earpiece in, helping coach the team. That's what you expect from your captain. That's what you expect from your leader. Terry McLaurin in the Galapagos with Trent. When you're trying to set a culture. Unbelievable.
Bad.
Sad. Never thought I'd see the day, boys.
Me guy. Terry McLaurin.
Be your own goats sometimes. Be your own goats. Oh. Yeah, Terry's a captain. He's the captain of the team, J-Bats. It's crazy, man. Cucumbers on eyeballs. Unbelievable. Oh, what a joke. All right, let's move. Let's groove. Enough yapping about Terry McLaurin and the Commanders. Let's get some plays. Teams miss. All right, let's move. Let's groove. Let's get to some winners for today. And by the way, if you guys missed the beginning of the show, 10-0 last 2 days on this show with the plays. So let's keep moving and grooving. Let's stay hot. And it starts out on the ice with a team total under. Okay. Taking the Blue Jackets team total under 2.5. Almost took the under 3, but it was minus 130, and I prefer plus check. And let's be honest here, Jovan, knowing the script here, the Blue Jackets probably get held to 0 or maybe 1 handout goal, or they put up another 5 burger against Edmonton's terrible defense. So it's probably not going to matter. It's either going to be a free bet, might as well take the plus chicken, or it's going to be the worst bet of all time. So that's kind of why I went with the plus chicken play here. Plus 120 for the team total under 2.5. Jovan, I don't know if I've ever seen a team on the ice give up 9 goals in a game. I certainly don't think I've seen 10. And this is pretty damn close. So Edmonton, who's just been struggling, man. Struggling out the wazoo. They've lost 4 of their last 5. They just lost to the Avs, who sure they have a great offense. The Avs do, right? They like scoring. I've known that. 9-1 is unacceptable. Giving up 9 goals on the ice. There's no excuse for that. So thought it was pretty interesting seeing a Stuart Skinner 2.5 goals allowed square after he gave up 4 the other day, 2 days ago, and then got yanked, and then the backup goalie proceeded to give up 5 goals. Thought that was a little weird. Seeing that Stuart Skinner 2.5 goals allowed square, Jovan, up there for Edmonton against the Blue Jackets here. So I want to get involved here, lean into that square that we'll talk about here a little bit more in a moment, and take the team total under 2.5 for the team playing against a ball club here at home that just gave up 9 goals in their last game, and they've been giving up goals like it's their job. So seems like the perfect time maybe for the Oilers to have a players-only meeting or maybe make some changes here. Maybe you see their defense lock in here after giving up a 9-piece. Those don't grow on trees. They don't. Give me the team total under 2.5 in this game.
It's just a nasty ice Krabs play. Had to be bet on the board. Love to see that. Love to see that.
Has to be done. Has to be done. Swinging around, Goots. I want to hear Jovan's first sell job here. How about some CBB?
Yeah, CBB. Probably one of the sneak better games of the day. There's a couple pretty good games in the slate, but Kent State UNCW is one of them. Kent State has always had like a pretty decent offense, I guess you can say. Sometimes they'll play up and down to the tempo of their opponent, but they've always loved to run quite a bit. Now they're doing that 50 times this year, and sure that some of the teams they've played and the length that they've played, because I had an OT game, kind of play into their numbers, but they're one of the 75,000 teams in college basketball that are saying, fuck defense. We're just going to run as fast as we can, shoot as much as we can, and try to outshoot you. I guess that's their entire strategy, and they get to play a UNC Wilmington team that their system's kind of built quite the opposite of theirs. They always love a good, nice defensive squad. They love to beat you with physicality, but they don't quite have the same level of physicality, same level of size, same level of athleticism as some of those better teams over the past couple of years. So I think not only that, but they haven't really been tested because Kent State's played 2 games against a pretty decent, I guess, slate for first 2 games of the season. They played Cornell, a team that's built just like them, and they outshooted them, and that game had 200 points. And they played Troy in a game that went to overtime, and they lost eventually. But 2 teams a lot better than just the UNC D3 game that they played a little bit. So a team that I guess has been going super fast. It's a team that I think is going to be built more defensively, but I don't think they have the guys to do it. I think I would feel a lot more comfortable with UNC Wilmington being in this game and slowing Kent State down had they been tested a couple games to this point, but they haven't. So I think this is perfect for Kent State. He's already got their footing under them a little bit. I just think they're going to outshoot them, and the style mismatch is a little too much for UNCW.
I'm down to rock with Kent State here in this spot. They still sitting at 2.5?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Thought I saw that number a little bit smaller earlier today, but like at 1.5. But
yeah,
good to see them catching some steam.
1.5.
Cool. All right. Yes, Jovan does bet on the Blazers every time, and it typically works. Excited to hear that sell job.
Works more than not.
Excited to hear that sell job. All right. Let's move. Let's groove. Swinging around here, Goots. I got another sell job here for the peeps. And let's go ahead and head to the gridiron. Play of the night tonight, obviously. You got the Eagles, defending Super Bowl champs, although they look like a shell themselves overall this season, and they might be the most fraudulent 6-2 team in the league. They're coming off a bye, so they should be well-rested, well-prepped for this game. There should be no excuses for the Eagles in this one, right? If they're actually good, they should go in there to Green Bay, a team that just lost to the Carolina Panthers.
At home.
Okay, they just lost to the Panthers at home. They're still home. Philly should go in there and take their lunch money, stuff them in a locker, and win this game by 10+, right? If they're actually good. They should. 2 weeks to prep for it, right? Packers aren't that good. Packers are showing that they're human as well, and one of their best players, Tucker Kraft, out for the season. How are they going to make up that production offensively, right? Jordan Love being a sketch ball, looking like shit in half the games so far this season. If the Eagles are good, if the Eagles are actually, a a top 5 team in the NFL, like everybody acts like they are, even though if they watch the games, you know that they aren't. Shouldn't they go in there and absolutely dominate this Packers team that just lost to the Panthers? They probably should, right? And this is the exact spot to fade the Eagles here, in my opinion. Let's fade the Eagles coming off a couple big wins. Yeah, against the Giants and the Vikings. Give me a fucking break. You just beat a team that just fired their coach, and you beat J.J. McCarthy. Congratulations. You want a fucking cookie? Couldn't give two shits about those wins. The Packers, on the other hand, they're coming off an atrocious loss. They were minus 12.5-point favorites. They lost outright to Carolina in a field goal off. What an embarrassing performance. Jovan, this Packers team has yet to cover a game as a favorite so far this season. They were minus 6.5 against the Cowboys. That game tied. They were minus 14 against the Bengals. Didn't cover that game. Minus 7 against the fucking Cardinals. Didn't cover that game. Minus 12.5 against the Panthers. Lost outright to a dog shit team and a dog shit orc. To me, it's the perfect buy low, sell high spot in this game tonight. You buy low on the Packers coming off that embarrassing loss. LaFleur's going to get his lick back. He probably hasn't slept in a week. Fade the Eagles coming off of 2 handout wins, 2 handout covers against 2 shit teams. Perfect buy low, sell high spot here. The Eagles are frauds. The Packers are good. Let's not forget that after one bad game, Micah Parsons is going to be in their fucking grills. Oh, the Eagles O-line's banged up? They got their best O-lineman out in this game? What do you think Micah Parsons is going to do against a team he's very familiar with, against a team he fucking hates? He's probably going to have a sack. He's probably going to be mucking up that O-line and getting involved, and you're probably not going to see Jalen Hurts very comfortable at all in this game. So not a spite fade at all, Godsend. I mean, I just gave a 5-minute sell job on it. Are your ears fucking open or what? Just gave a 5-minute sell job. Could not be less of a spite fade. This is a buy low, sell high spot. The Packers are going to win this game. That's why they flipped from a dog to a favorite, coming off a loss to the Panthers. Give me a break. Give me the ML.
Yeah, honestly, you probably could have said that. Team just lost at home to the Panthers, which it's probably not a worse loss than it would have been a year ago. Panthers are 5-5. Granted, they just lost to the Saints, but they play up and down to their comp a lot, regardless of where the game is. And I don't know who plays up and down to their comp more as far as the best teams in the league or the upper tier of teams than the fucking Packers. It's the same shit every time. They make shit teams look competitive. They make great teams look like dog shit at times. So now they're favored at home off of a loss to the Panthers at home as 2 touchdown favorites.
Yep.
I'm sure.
Yep. The perfect buy low, sell high spot. If you disagree, you're wrong. This play's hitting. After reading through the chat, I might have to make this a 2-unit whale. I might have to double dip.
Yeah, yep. You probably should, looking at the chat.
All right. Let's see. Is it still minus 110 on the ML? I'll do it right now. I'll do it right now. While I go ahead and lock that in, and yes, it is a minus 110, I'm going to go ahead and lock in a second unit here, right on the stream. Jovan, why don't you go ahead and give me a sell job on one of your next plays here?
Nasty play here. Fading UCLA, who I feel like they're just generally overvalued. I think we're doing the same song and dance that we've done for a couple years in a row now with UCLA. They get off-season hype. They put together, I guess, good pieces. We think they're going to be a better shooting team. We think their defense is going to be elite enough to carry their offense to be this dominant team, and they're really not.
Yep.
Shout out, Frankie. But they're really not. And not only that, but this is now 2 games in a row where they've looked pretty inconsistent throughout the game. Like teams, they played Eastern Washington and Pepperdine. Those games have been relatively close, pretty close comparing to spreads. But teams have brought out a zone. They have been able to shoot. McCurran's been pissed because the defensive effort hasn't been there. Some of the faster teams have been outrunning them in those games. So now we have another one where you would say this is probably their get-right spot. It would look like it because it's the worst opponent they've played out of 3 by far. But there's also a look-at spot because that's who they have looming on Friday, Krabs. Arizona.
Who would that be? Ooh.
Arizona. Huge game. Okay. Especially they're probably going to get up and win that game, ironically. But West Georgia wants to run super fast. They'll have challenges doing it, of course, because UCLA is going to slow them down a little bit. It's a bigger team. But they have shooters. They have guards that I think are going to put pressure on this defense in areas that they don't want it. I also think I've seen West Georgia do it before. They did it last year against some of the better teams. I think they did it against Nebraska, too, in their first game of the season. They also brought out a zone. So if you're UCLA, be prepared to shoot out of it just like you had to try and do the first 2 games. That's a lot for a 35-point spread. It's not going to be a game where West Georgia comes out and fucking comes close to winning the game, but I think this is too many points for a UCLA team that I don't think is very dominant.
Yep. All right. Until Donovan Dent gets in his groove, might be worth fading the Bruins down the stretch. Okay. That's a boatload of points to work with as well. I'm in.
Yeah, a lot of points.
I'm in. Godson, I'd love for you to show me the tracking there on the 9 out of 10 losses fading the Eagles. I'd love for you to go over every single one, show the Carfax, and see all the fades that I've lost on the Eagles. Go ahead and rip them out. Take your time, but let me know in the chat, okay? Because you're just making shit up. Just making shit up. Again, it all comes back to this. A non-biased YouTuber, W. Frankie. Frankie could not be more right with this statement right here. Perfect way to put it. Yeah, bro, if you see that line and you're thinking the Eagles, you're the reason Vegas is so big and shiny. Legitimately. You're the problem if you disagree with Frankie's statement here. Okay? W. Frankie. Yeah, Godson, I'll wait for the list, the tracked list that you have since I've lost 9 out of 10 bets. I'll wait. Go ahead and drop it.
The last big game the Eagles played was the Super Bowl. One of note.
And we bet on the Eagles in that game. We made a lot of money.
Yeah.
All right. Let's move. Let's groove. I got one more straight bet here for you guys. Okay. Santa Clara's plus 4.5. Yes, I like him at plus 3.5. I like him on the ML, to be honest with you, here against a fraudulent Xavier team. Little Patina has got his work cut out for him, man. This Xavier team's bad. And this Santa Clara team, to be honest with you, man, this Santa Clara team is bigger, more physical, and they might even be more talented. I've been waiting for the Broncos to break out, and this could be the year. This could be the year. Very well coached mid-major. This team's got talent. I don't know. Maybe they got some NIL money. Maybe they got some rich alumni. I'm assuming out there in Cali, they probably do because they're paying G League guys to come on and play on their team, Jovan. They got a kid from the G League on their squad, Thierry Darlin. This guy doesn't even start for Santa Clara. He was playing professional ball in the G League last year. Goes to show you how talented this roster is. There's a lot of guys. Elijah Mani, probably their best player. He's averaging like 17 points per game. This kid's a beast. He's a senior. He's going to carry this team. They're a very big physical squad. Santa Clara is very tall, and it's going to be a tough matchup here for Xavier, Jovan, a team that, sure, they're 2-0, but their 2 wins could not be sketchier. They were up big against Lemoyne. Lemoyne ended up creeping back into that game. Shout out the Dolphins. Lemoyne only lost by 5 when they were plus 24.5 in that game. Marist, same thing. Xavier was up big in that game. Marist, the Red Foxes, come creeping back into that puppy, and they cover with ease. They only lose by 4. Xavier didn't score much at the end of that game. So I'll tell you right now, Jovan, this game's going to get weird, and I like an ML upset, but I'll take the points here at 4.5, 3.5, if that's what they're at right now. I certainly like that. Santa Clara, this team is really solid. It's very, very deep squads. A lot of foreign kids on their team, a lot of kids with potential NBA aspirations. A big, tough Santa Clara Broncos team that, in my opinion, is going to bully the Xavier Musketeer squads. I could not be less worried about Malik, Manisa Moore, Trey Carroll. These guys are small for their position. And I think Santa Clara, if they could shoot anywhere near to how they've shot in their first 2 games of the season, I like their chances to win this game outright and look like a Power 4 conference team compared to Xavier, who I think is a little bit of a fraud in Little Patina's first season. So good luck. Santa Clara just beat a very good McNeese roster by 12 points in their first real game of the season. I like the Broncos. I like the way they're moving and grooving, and I love their matchup on the road against Xavier. There's a reason why that spread looks so short. I think they go in there and they went outright on the road, not a neutral site game.
Sure. I'm in on that.
Yep. W. Santa Clara's. Line shopper, yes, the reports are true. Let's move. Let's groove. Jovan, you got one more straight bet for the peeps?
I do. Shout out the Jailblazers. Continue to be wagons. Hopefully they are again today. I don't know why they keep being in the same exact spots pretty much every single time I bet them, because I love betting them in spots because they're a deep team. So whenever they play a team that's on a back-to-back while they're not, granted, this is a little different because they're on the road on a little trip of themselves because they just played the Heat on Saturday, so they're on their little Florida road trip. But they're playing the Magic in Orlando. who just played last night. They're in the better rest spot, and they're the deeper team. But I think not only that, but combined with the fact that the Magic, a lot of what they do is just let teams go one-on-one with them. They don't really help at all. So, like, if you have somebody with any sort of size that likes to get to the rim pretty consistently, you can have success against their defense, and that's part of the reason they've been so bad. I don't know who the hell is going to stop Denny Avdia on the way to the rim tonight, which he is not talked about enough. He's probably reached like super goat status at this point, which
he's so good at basketball. Yeah,
he's unbelievable.
So
I think that's the Wizards' biggest fuck up, which is saying a lot in the last couple of years, letting him walk. But I think he's going to have an absolute field day if they choose to collapse. I mean, feel free. Their spot up defense has also been terrible, and they even have guys coming off some pretty iffy shooting performances the last couple times out for the Blazers. And Drew Holiday can also facilitate at whatever level he wants to. Obviously not the same tempo of a game as the Heat, but he had 13 assists. If you want to push the ball out of his hands when he drives, I mean, feel free. He'll find guys. But I think this is a horrendous matchup for the Magic defense against this Blazers offense that not only has a bunch of different options, but they're really good at exactly what the Magic defense is really dog shit at. Add that to the fact that I think it's a bad scheduling spot. Anybody who plays the Blazers off of a back-to-back while they're not on one, deeper team, deep bench, and a lot of options on offense, taking the Blazers. Goats.
Okay. All right. They've been good to us so far this season, knock on wood. Let's hope they're good to us again tonight. Too Easy Twin is asking, is there a reason why the line moved from +2.5 to +4.5 or +3.5 in the Santa Clara game? I'm assuming it's money related. I haven't seen any injury news. But I think once we look at the Pikkit splits a little bit later on, we'll check them out in that game. And hopefully it makes us feel a little bit better when we see Xavier getting all the bets and all the action. So any update on the Trent cameo? Yeah, he let it expire and he wants me to pay for it again, which I'm not going to do. That was not in the T's and C's. So that's on him to make that video. And he's probably never going to make it. Okay. Cool.
He ain't locked, man.
He ain't making that shit. All right, let's
move.
Let's groove. Literally spend $75 on that. Hopefully I get refunded. Go ahead and flip it to the Prize Pick squares. Goodsy. Wow. How about a second Eagles fade? Going to be a good night tonight. Going to be a good night tonight. Yep. Fading a guy who was a former commander who we let walk for a bag of chips. He must just be a really bad guy. Perfect fit for Philly. Letting him walk for nothing there. Jahan Dotson. He ain't getting 8 yards. I don't even think he's getting a single catch. I'll tell you why, Jovan. It's not just because I hate the Eagles. It's not because I fade them every time. You want real football reasons? I'll give you real football reasons. The Packers defense, what are they the best at? What is their best feature? Jovan, what would you say their best attribute is? Besides Micah Parsons, obviously just being an absolute dog, but what do they do best?
I mean, they do well taking away the deep shots.
They take away the deep shots. That's the best thing this defense is good at. The best thing their defense does. They don't give up any deep shots. Jovan, what does Jahan Dotson do? What is the only thing that he's good at?
It's a lot of deep shots.
It's the deep shots. That's all he does. If you look at the stats, you look at the highlights, you watch the clips, you check the data, you check all the databases, you check the Gootsalytics. Jahan Dotson, he's not a screen guy. He's not a short pass guy. He's not a great route runner. He just fucking runs. Next thing you know, Jalen Hurts has a seed right in his fucking hand. You see the catch he had against the Giants in his last game before the bye? That was the biggest handout touchdown I've ever seen. You get him on the sidelines looking at Jalen Hurts saying, thanks for trusting me, bro. He goes, I always trust you. Like you're in a fucking movie. Lock in. Dude has zero confidence. Jahan Dotson had 1 touchdown catch. He thinks he's fucking him. He thinks he's back. Terrible matchup for Jahan Dotson. And if you look at the chart, it cannot be more green. He's coming off a couple 40-plus yard games. Again, those were 1 catches. Big catches that he's made. And if you think Jalen Hurts is hitting a deep ball against this defense and this secondary, you don't know football, and you're probably the one that's biased. So completions allowed, 20-plus yards. League low, 14. The next best is the Falcons with 19. They literally don't allow passes of more than 20 yards so far this season. Completions allowed at 40 yards. That's the Jahan Dotson special. 2. Tied for the second fewest in the NFL. Overall opponent passing yards allowed, second fewest in the NFL this season at 1,700 yards. This pass defense is good. If I don't know what other stats I have to give you guys, but this pass defense is good. Terrible matchup for Jahan Dotson, who's not going to get a single catch tonight. He's going to be out there running cardio. Good for him. Good workout coming for Jahan Dotson tonight, but he's not getting a win and he's not getting a catch.
Sure. Shout out former Commanders.
Yep. Hate that guy's guts. He's not getting a single catch tonight. Stuart Skinner. already pretty mumuch sold this one, taking the team total under for the Blue Jackets, who the Blue Jackets are facing tonight. They're facing Stuart Skinner and the Oilers. Stuart, enough is enough, man. Need you on your head tonight after an embarrassing performance where he got pulled after giving up 4 goals, and then the backup gave up another 5. He's got to lock in, and I'm assuming, knowing how sports work, knowing how teams work, knowing how momentum works, goodbye low spot for the Oilers defense after giving up a 9-piece to the Avs in their last game. So yeah, I'll go ahead and take Stuart Skinner with a crazy looking chart. He's been terrible all season. We know Stuart's better than this. Okay, Stuart's been an above average goalie in the NHL for the past couple years. I know he's been beef so far this season, but he's going to be goated tonight. He's not giving up 3 goals. I don't even think he gives up 2.
Beef. He has been some fucking beef, Krabs.
Beef. Yep. Sock Station, I would love to fade Hurts on the fantasy score, but he gets these handout, make-a-wish tush pushes where his teammates push his ass so hard and they push him into the end zone pretty much every game and sometimes twice. So for that reason, I will not fade the fantasy score. But if you think Jalen Hurts is going out there and having a good passing game tonight, you're wrong. You don't know football. And I certainly would love to fade him in the passing game, maybe his completion percentage after a really good completion percentage game. Or maybe you just fade his passing yards because there's no way he finds success.
Yeah.
And I mentioned I didn't.
You know he's getting a tush push tonight.
Yeah, this game means more for
the Packers the team that started the whole bullshit.
I don't know if you're going to get a handshake from coaches after this game. I don't know if you're going to get one.
Yeah.
I don't know if you're going to get one. And I could, not even knowing that, like you take that out of this, Sirianni and LaFleur, I could see those guys hate each other's guts anyways. And I could certainly, those are 2 me guy coaches who love the attention. They love the credits. And I like both coaches. They're both above average coaches, in my opinion. But this is a big game for them as well. And yeah, LaFleur and co. wanted the tush push banned. I did too. It's not football. It's rugby. It's weird. I don't like it. Get it out of the fucking sport. It's the only reason why they win games is by touching another grown man's butt cheeks and pushing him hard. If that's what you want to support, that's on you guys. It's fine. Not my team. Not my team. Jovan, let's go over your squares.
Short. Start with Lonzo Ball. More than assist. Every time the Heat play without Bam, I'm going to find something that works with the second unit because they have no backup center. Like Kalel Ware is the starting 5, and eventually he's going to get in foul trouble. He's done it a time or 2 already, but he always gets in foul trouble. So God forbid the starting lineup could even be down a big. But their backup big right now is Nikola Jovic, which god awful. He's not a center. He's 6'10", not physical enough to do that. So whenever the second unit comes in, which for the Cavs, it probably means a little bit of Mobley at the 5, or they might even run smaller than that because I can guarantee you this is one of the first times without Bam that the Heat have run into a big lineup. And I can tell you what Eric Spoelstra is probably going to do, despite the fact they want to go fucking fast. It's the only reason why I'm a little scared. I love points in this game, but I'm scared that it's going to slow down a little bit because they're going to break out the zone that Spoelstra hasn't been able to do too many times this year. You're probably going to have to, especially with the starting unit. When you put Mobley and Jared Allen on the floor at the same time, and then when the second unit comes in, we'll see what look you get. But Lonzo's going to have to be assisting, dude. Not only he gets a shit ton of his assists to both the bigs there, and if Mobley's there, he's probably going to be working the middle of the floor, which that whenever they break out the zone or whether they had at the least this year, it's like the worst zone you've ever seen. Really contrary to what like Spo's done in past years, but Mobley's going to feast in this matchup. I think he's going to get a lot of it from Lonzo Ball. If they trap him or really clamp down on him the second time, or a couple times I've seen them like adjust from it. The corner threes are open, which they're open always, no matter what. Anybody's open the corners, whether it's fucking Sam Merrill or any other of their shooters open in the corner. I think Lonzo with that second unit is going to have a field day finding whoever's open in that zone, or if they choose to play straight up, I mean, he's going to assist Mobley for 10 points in the next 5 seconds, the first 5 seconds in the game. So I think he's splooging. Then Christian Watson. We talked about the Packers, how they don't let up deep shots. You know the defense who lets up the most deep shots in the NFL?
Yeah.
That would be the Eagles.
Because they suck and they're overrated, right? Yep.
In some degree. But I think they're even more motivated this game to be able to do that because they allow a lot of deep shots because they just strap up and play man a lot more than a lot of these other teams in the league. But now Tucker Kraft is gone, so there's not like a real middle of the field threat consistently. I love Luke Musgrave, and I think he's fine. He's no Tucker Kraft, though, and he doesn't really work across the middle of the field. He more works toward the sideline. So what's going to happen? The only reason why I'm a little bit scared of the Packers tonight is because I think Jordan Love's going to have to force a lot of these throws over the top to Christian Watson, because if you don't have really a threat over the middle of the field, like, you're going to have to take your one-on-one shots on the outside, which I think Christian Watson's going to get one or a couple of them, maybe one in the end zone. But that's really, like, I think for the Packers to win, they're probably going to have to connect on a bunch of these, and I think they're at least going to get one or two big ones. Christian Watson, I think he's the cog to the whole thing for the Packers. So I think it's fantasy score.
Somebody's got to step up with no Tucker Kraft. Maybe it's Watson.
Yeah,
right?
For as long as Watson's on the field, because not rooting for the guy to get hurt, but his time on the field is very few and far in between in this day and age.
Seems like a pretty good play against a very overrated defense. It's gotten pretty lucky this season and is clearly a shell of themselves from last season if you actually watch the fucking film. Good play.
W film.
Good play. W film watchage. Yep. Love that square from you. He probably gets a touchdown as well, but he could also catch a deep ball against that Moose secondary. Moose. All right.
No.
Perfect. Love the squares. Could see some Musgrave stock up. Yeah, I'm not even crazy to fade him. And I could certainly see him stepping up, being a safety net in this game. But I also think this game could get ugly at times. And maybe you'd see Josh Jacobs getting fed a lot in the second half when they're up by 10 points. So, hey, one positive I do like for the Eagles, I like that Jake Elliott more than 1.5 field goals. I think he banks 2 field goals, cuts the lead to maybe 10 at some point in this game for the Eagles. He's up for a 1.5 field goal square that's completely red, and it's juiced to the over on the book. So maybe Jake Elliott kicks 2 for the Eagles. Good for you guys.
That'd be
Good
something.
for you guys.
You better
That's
hope,
a positive for the Eagles, right? There you go.
Better hope McManus doesn't do it.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, for fantasy implications. Sure. There it is, QT. Yep.
Pick up Elliott.
You probably should. I should probably pick him up so you can't. Yeah. Krabs, can I get your thoughts on the Eagles as a team? It's a team of bad people. It's like if you watch Harry Potter, like Slytherin is one of the houses that's just filled with all the bad kids and the bad people. That's like the Eagles. Same colors too. That's what I would compare the Eagles to pretty much in real life is Slytherin in Harry Potter. Just a bunch of bad people coming together and trying to take down others, trying to take down the good people on this planet, right? You got a lot of good teams out there, good people out there running around, and the Eagles are trying to cheat their way into another Super Bowl and, tush their way into another goal.
I feel like the fans are a lot worse than the team.
Don't even get me started with the fans and how they put batteries and snowballs and throw them at kids. Don't even get me started with that. We don't have time to talk about that. But yeah, my pops growing up went to a game and saw Eagles fans pull out AA batteries from their pockets. They probably took them out of their remote because they couldn't afford the batteries themselves. So they probably were without a TV for a week if they could even afford that, putting them inside of snowballs and throwing them at kids at the game. So if that's what you support, that's not something that I would ever do or support. That's not a team or that I could certainly root for. And let's not forget what happens after they destroyed the Commanders in the NFC Championship last year. Sure, they did. They destroyed us. They took our lunch money. Although, let's be real here, they would have beaten any team by a million. They were going around stealing hats off of Commanders fans' heads. They were going around and trolling Commanders fans on their way home when they were just walking peacefully, leaving the stadium out of there. You could tell it just means more for those people down there in Philly, Jovan, because they don't have a lot of other good stuff going on in their lives. So Eagles wins are very big. They're very monumental for those people's lives down there in Philly who pretty much only have that and cheesesteaks. They don't have any Philadelphia Phillies wins or championships when Bryce Harper's been there, that's for sure. And they really don't have much else going on in their lives. So it's big for them. It's important. And instead of them, just cheering and being good people and letting people get home safe, they actually steal hats off of people's heads and pretty much harass them and torture them on their way out because that's the type of people that are there in Philly. So I don't have any other time really to talk about more of that, but just scumbags. Scumbag Central, pretty much just like Slytherin if you've ever watched Harry Potter. Pretty good comp, in my opinion. Pretty good comp. Yep. Pretty good comp. Just bad people. I don't like associating with bad people, and they're bad people. Fans, players, coach. Bad people. Bad people. All right. Who's the biggest me guy on the Eagles? That'd be A.J. Brown. Are you kidding me? The guy bitches and moans and whines after the team wins.
Yeah, I feel like that's not even like Eagles fans can't even find a way to do gymnastics and dispute that. He definitely is.
Yeah. Coop Eagle. You want to talk about rent-free? Probably all the people living off the government's dime, living in the city of Philadelphia because they can't afford rent. That's rent-free for all the Eagles fans. That's rent-free. You want to talk about rent-free? There it is. Okay? Let's move. Let's groove. Enough yapping about the Eagles. They're going to lose tonight anyways. Why don't we go ahead and look at some splits? Goots, reel it back in. Reel it back in. Let's look at the splits in this Eagles and Packers game. Let's see what people are betting on. Hopefully it's a lot of Eagles love. Oh.
Yep, there it is.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. That's beautiful. Isn't it? That's glorious. Wow. Beautiful splits. Everybody betting on the defending Super Bowl champs. Krabs literally just busted on stream. Yep. You got that right. You got that right. Holy smokes. Love seeing a public dog. That's what gets me out of bed in the morning. Fading a public dog. Wow. All right.
Don't get those too much in this era of primetime games.
They certainly don't grow on trees. That's for sure, Jovan. You don't walk outside your door and see those puppies hanging from a tree. Nope. Not very common in nature. That's for sure. Not very common in nature. All right. Love seeing that. Yeah, guys, the Eagles should be free, right? Oh, my gosh. Should be a free bet tonight. Freebie. All right. I want to check some splits on the college basketball plays that we took. Pikkit Pro, Pikkit. If you guys are not using Pikkit like we are every single day, I use Pikkit all day, every day. All day, every day. You guys should at least check it out yourselves if you haven't already. Whoa. How about another public dog here, huh? UNCW.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not too many bets, but that'll tickle. I'll tickle a little bit.
UNCW. Getting some bets. Getting some handle. All right. Love to see it. Love to see it. What about Santa Clara and Xavier's? And again, you got to take these splits, in college basketball right now. You got to take them with a grain of salt. Not a ton of handle on these games yet, right? The Eagles game, I think that one means a little bit more. There's already a couple milli tracked on that puppy, but like these games, they only got 13K, right? So you got to take these for a grain of salt. All right. Would love to see if they have any Santa Clara or Xavier betting data up. We can take a peep. That's what I'd certainly like to look at if they even have it for this smaller game tonight. Oh, they do. Sure. And there's some more bets on this one. Wow. People are betting on Santa Clara's on the spreads. Okay. Another public dog. Another public dog. All right. Interesting. All right. What else did you take in college basketball? Didn't you have one more play? Or did we look at those West Georgia splits?
West Georgia. There's probably not that many
UCLA
bets.
Game, Beauty.
Probably 200 bets on that game. They've got to be. I would doubt there's too many West Georgia bets.
Yep.
Who knows, though? Maybe there's some
All
sharps.
Right.
It's probably all the way at the bottom, Goots, because at UCLA.
Yeah, it's late night Geyserman. Late night Geyserman. God, Pickett's come a long way, man. They used to not even have these games up. Now look at them. Look at all those UCLA spread bets, all 7K of them. All right. All right. It ain't much, but it's honest work.
What do you got to do to bet an ML in this game? Like,
Somebody
either way.
Somebody
it was probably
the
two
same
people.
amount, $10 each on both sides there. It's probably
Two
what it looks
people.
like, right?
Like, what are you doing betting an ML in this game? Like, not even Trent would do that.
Yep. All right. And guys, if you're looking for our best bets for today, the Sharp Report plays are scrolling across the bottom ticker. You can see them right up on there. If the font's too small, make the screen full screen. You should be able to read those puppies. Okay. Yeah, what book is even offering ML in that game? I don't even know. There's probably one or two.
34.5.
There's probably one or two. But yeah, not many. All right. Another play I was eyeing here, and Goots is probably going to get mad because it's fading a Goots guy and Coach Hurley. Columbia looked a little short to me against UConn, against the Huskies on FS1 today. This is Columbia's Super Bowl. Smart kid, smart team as well on Columbia here. And I wouldn't mind a little sprinkle on the spread, plus 32.5, plus 33.5 against UConn. I thought we'd see a spread in the 40s, at least the high 30s for this game, and we're not. Yeah, people are betting UConn's. Okay.
I mean, if you think UConn's going to cover Krabs, I feel like you might as well just take the over.
Okay.
Because, I mean,
No, I think
is Hurley
Columbia's
not licking his chops at that defense?
Columbia's going to cover. Is that what you meant to say?
Yeah, Columbia, I meant.
Yeah.
Like,
Okay.
they're gonna have to score to cover that game.
Okay.
I'd be shocked if the reason they cover that game is because they magically stuff or stifle a UConn offense.
Yeah, they'd probably score. They got a lot of squares up for this UConn game on Prize Picks, and not a ton of squares up in general in college basketball today. I don't know if that makes me like the over, but I like your thought process there of, if Columbia covers, it's probably not from play defense.
Probably not.
All right. Are there any other games worth our time on the college basketball hardwoods? Any thoughts on your TCU Frogs?
Yeah, I kind of like Lamar. Not in this game, but just in general. But line's creeping towards the Frogs. So, I mean, I think to be honest with you, like, not to overreact from St. Francis, but I was interested to see how that game was going to go, how they were going to bounce back on offense, and they did look significantly better. So I think the New Orleans game was a lot more of a blip than what they actually are. Not that they're going to be good, but they're not going to be that bad. Lamar has given them a little trouble in the last couple matchups in the past, though. They're a scrappy team, but a big, like, new team. So they might get some belt by 20.
Okay. Utah/Little Rock, Dead Larry Bird's talking about. Little Rock Milwaukee's catching some steam against Little Rock. I don't know if I really have a lean in that game, but we can look at the Utah game against Holy Cross, laying a big old number. Holy Cross, I think, is coming off of they had a legacy cover against Providence where they honestly creep back into that. They only lost by 10. That Providence defense they are bad. They can score. That's a fun Providence team. But then, Holy Cross got destroyed by BYU. Gave up 98 points in that game. So that defense, it can't stop anything for Holy Cross. They've given up, 95 points on average per game this season. And then Utah, they can certainly score. And they can give up some points as well. I mean, they won by 3 against Weber State. I was on Weber State in that game on Saturday, I believe. And they were like plus 13 or something like that. They lost by 3 in a high-scoring affair. So, sure, I would definitely lean Utah, but I might rather just take the over in that game. As crazy as that sounds, might make too much sense, but I want to just bet the over. Both defenses are quail meat.
Yeah. I'll say I know last year I was looking at this and it worked out quite a bit the same. The two teams are the non-con teams that are on that BYU Utah road trip really usually struggle that second game. I mean, I don't know if confirmed. I would assume they stayed there because they played them on Saturday, but
probably hanging around.
Interested to see if that holds true this year.
Okay. Thoughts on Grand Canyon after losing outright to Youngstown State? That's a decent Penguin squad. Still not a good loss for Grand Canyon in the trajectory of that team, but they're laying 21.5 against NIU. NIU covered against Wisconsin and Louisiana Monroe so far this season. Yeah, I'd probably lean Grand Canyons. Probably not locking it in, but I'd probably lean that way. No one knows. Yeah.
They just feel like the falling knife team to me that people are going to keep trying to catch because of the brand and just never gets there.
All right, I want to take this time to talk a little bit about college basketball and what our eyeballs witnessed over the first week.
Okay.
I'd love to ask. I mean, Gonzaga looks like a team filled with 30-year-old men on their team playing against little kids. Gonzaga looks very, very impressive so far this season. I mean, Graham Ike's still there somehow. And when the going gets tough, I mean, that's not the guy I want my coins on. He's known to melt a little bit, but I mean, he's looked impressive so far this season. Tyon Grant-Foster coming off the bench, I believe. He's probably going to end up being a starter once he's back acclimated and in great shape after he was almost not allowed to play college basketball this season when his heart damn near exploded a couple years ago and they wouldn't give this kid eligibility. So good to see he's back out there on the court for Gonzaga. This Gonzaga team is stacked, Jovan. They're stacked. Could this be the year they finally do something?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't think so. They'll be good, though. Regular season.
Okay. Yep. I've been good. I haven't brought it up.
I think
I can't.
You should bring it up, Krabs. I think it's a legitimate. You get the pass for this now.
Okay.
The Hokies might be good.
The Hokies got a ball team.
They got
down there in Blacksburg.
They got the next Luka.
They got a ball team. Anybody watch that game? Great game. Game of the year so far. 107-101 against Providence. What a game. Oh, I'm sure you guys saw the highlights of Neo on the feeds. If you don't know who we're talking about, Neokulis Avdalis, a.k.a. the next Luka Doncic. I'm not even kidding. Usually I sit up here and I say some shit like that. Jovan laughs. We move on. He ain't laughing. Not this time. Because this kid's legit. This kid's... I've heard he's streaky. I've heard, he's not that talented from three. That's the most three-pointers he's ever made in a game in his, career. I don't know about fucking high school, but I'm talking when he played professionally against 30-year-olds overseas the last couple of years in Greece. And he was averaging more closer to, 9 points per game. Well, now he's playing against kids and he's dominating. This Neo kid is unbelievable. And is it fair to say he might have a little bit of a clutch gene? I know we're only a couple games in, but I haven't seen the Hokies close out a game in a long time. Since probably my sophomore year, junior year of college. That was a long time ago at this point. They closed. This team closed. And they got a not first-round pick, not top 20 pick. They have a lottery pick on their team. You know what I saw all weekend that brought a smile to my face, Jovan? All these Providence Friars burners on Twitter saying, how the hell did VT get this kid? It's a fair question. Fair question. They must be paying him a pretty penny to go down there to Blacksburg and lead this team. But it's not just Neo, who, like I said before the season, like I said when he committed, like I've said this week, he will be a lottery pick. They've got more than just Neo, man. Hansberry, in the best shape of his life, looking like a real big in this league. He's had 2 career games to start out the season. Toby Lawal, that dude could jump through the goddamn ceiling. You watch that kid play yet this season? Dude's a legitimate pogo stick. Human pogo stick. He's a great player, plays good defense. That dude grabs rebounds that he shouldn't be grabbing at his height, but that kid can jump. Tyler Johnson, glue guy. Mike Young said, you need one kid on your team that's aggressive. That's our guy right there. Tyler Johnson does the dirty work, plays hard, blue collar. He might be on that MVP list I was talking about earlier. Jalen Bedford's transfer coming over from UNLV. This kid's legit. He had a couple clutch shots, sneak 18 points in that game the other night. We got a ball club down there in Blacksburg. This team should be ranked. If not yet, and soon. They're talented, and that was a big-time win against a Providence team that could score the rock. That's for sure. Yeah, the Hokies don't play a lot of defense, but this team's going to outscore and outshoot a lot of ball clubs this season. And the bench guys are good, too. I mean, Ben Hammond, the Virginia kid, homegrown, he had a sneak 8 points off the bench, the backup point guard. That kid can play. He can run the offense. Jaden Shutt, the white kid who just shoots threes, he had a 10-piece. Pretty darn good performance as well, 2 for 2 from deep in that game. You got Pasha, the Delaware transfer, did not play much, only played a couple minutes, but had a couple decent passes. Even the backup center, Gerdak, the freshman, he played pretty good and made a couple big rebounds. So Dorn, the kid from Germany, who I think is like 26 years old, looks like he's 30, as another backup center. We got guys down in Blacksburg this year for the first time in a while, Jovan, and I'm excited to watch this team play this season. They're a tournament team. Tournament team. They are. And they were predicted to be 12th in the ACC on the preseason poll. If that's not bulletin board material, I don't know what is. This is a top 5 team in the ACC. They are.
They might be good, Krabs.
They might be goods.
They
might be goods. You might need to be boots on grounds.
Yeah.
Could this be the
team?
team? Could this be the team that finally gets me down to Blacksburg?
At least
now,
you got one in Dallas.
Yeah, we'll be at that game.
It's mandatory.
Yeah, we'll be there. But why make my way to Blacksburg for this team? We'll have to see. Little butthurt as well. I hit up a couple of the guys who work for the team. It's like, can I do some sort of on-court, halftime, shoot contest or whatever it is? Would love to, promote the game. And they were like, nah, we don't play favorites. Sorry. It's pretty pissed off about that. Not gonna lie. That's an alum who consistently donates year in, year out to the Hokie Club. Was a little bit pissed off by that. Not gonna lie. Felt a little disrespected. So yeah, we'll see. They're gonna have to earn it.
Yeah, wouldn't you honestly be mad if they said yes? That's a handout.
Well, sometimes you earn a handout or two. Sometimes being a fan of that team, being a fan of all those sports teams, probably earns you at least a handout a year involving the Hokies. Maybe more.
Yeah, maybe more. Maybe they saw the VCU video.
Yeah, but I got to show them that Beeve tape then. Be covering against Beeve. That fadeaway jumper was working.
Yeah.
It was working.
Randolph fade.
SBR, man, I get a pass. I get to be a me guy about this team every once in a while, man. I got to root for them. Come on now. Come on now. Yep. I'll take my one handout a year that involves the Hokies. I will cash that in happily. I appreciate that, Guru Griff. I agree. Yes, Krabs. People forget I covered against Beeve. That does not get talked about enough. Beeve acts like he's, the greatest thing since sliced bread, like his shit doesn't stink. Dude can't even cover against a dude who didn't even play high school ball. That's just heart. That's just heart and effort and grit. I hope he sees this. That dude played college ball and couldn't even cover against a guy who was the fucking point guard on the B team in 8th grade, and that's the last time I played. What a joke. What a joke that is from Beeve. Dude, I was in better shape than him, and that's not a good thing. That is not a good thing. Just all heart. Really is. Krabs, who was number 13 on the Hokies early 2000s, had long dreads? Robinson Dog?
This is way too much Hokie time, man. What are we doing?
You gave me the pass. You gave me the Hokie
time. I know. It's a bad move by me.
It was.
Really bad move by me.
It was a mistake. Yep. I don't know number 13, but I know Justin Robinson was our point guard for a while. Who else do we have? Yeah, are you thinking about J-Rob? Hayden, if you need Monday Night Football talk, I don't know what else you're going to get, man. I roasted the city of Philadelphia for 20 minutes. You could probably guess what the bet again. And it's probably not the Eagles. Okay? We already pulled up the splits. You know what I wouldn't mind doing? We should probably get to the squad ride, but I wouldn't mind looking at the most popular props on Pikkit just one more time in the Monday Night Football game. I wouldn't mind seeing what people are locking in the most. It's probably the tush push, if I had to guess.
Should probably do squad red now before that, and then we can look at it while the votes marinate.
Okay. Goots, do you concur? I'm assuming you concur with that. Okay. All right, Goots, if you're around, if you're local, if you're here, do me a favor, run that shit. I'm trying to see that train. All right. Packers money line.
Yeah, that was an auto bid.
I'll make a deal with you, Godson. Since you are still my guy, although you've been pissing me off today. You're still my guy, Godson. I'll make a deal with you in the chat. You're still around. If the Packers win, you got to donate 5 subbies tomorrow. If the Packers lose, I'll spin the wheel tomorrow. Way worse than giving out 5 subs. Way worse. Way worse. Godson, let me know if you have a deal, man. I'm a man of my words. You let me know if you're in. Okay? What's up, Curdy Flaherty? Good to see you, Beast. Also, Boston Sports Store. Get involved with a resub. Krabs, Eagles, Grit and Heart. W Boston Sports Dark. Appreciate you, Beast. 45 months. That's Grit and Heart. That's Grit and Heart. Are you kidding me? Godsynth. Let me know, man. You probably left after I roasted your entire city's existence, but if you're still here, if you're around, let me know if you'll take me up on that deal. Right? Deron Washington. Yeah, he was a beast, Franks. Yeah. That might have been the pool right there. W Hokie knowledge. All right. We got to put the Packers ML in here. Jovan, what play are you going to lose sleep over if it's not in the squad ride?
I'm going to have to be Kent State.
Hoping you were going to say it, man. Hoping you were going to say it. A well-coached Kent State ball club. All right. This feels like a day we keep it quality over quantity. This feels like a day we go with our big guns and we let the chat decide. But, I certainly wouldn't be opposed with taking that plus chicken team total under on the ice. I'm sure you wouldn't be opposed to get either West Georgia or the Trailblazers involved. I want to hear from you.
Always down to get the Jailblazers involved. Goats.
Plus 2.5.
Yep.
Okay. I'm down. You treated us pretty well so far. Let me go 3 plays, 3 winners. I hope the Packers win, man, after today's show. I really do. We give the people plenty of options, a diversified portfolio here. Yeah, Rob Senderoff, very underrated coach. 3 plays, 3 winners. If you guys want to get involved, the link is going to be dropped here in a millisecond. Yep, there it is. W's. Godson, what's up, Beast? Appreciate whoever hit you up in the DMs. I got a deal for you, Godsynth. While we lock in our squad ride votes, hurry up, go, go, go. 3 plays, 3 winners. Packers ML, Kent State minus 2.5, and the Trailblazers plus 2.5. Get involved. Red Hot Krabs, put wheel online for the Packers. I did the pick 6. That should go well. Here's the deal, Godsynth. And I think you already said you're in, but I'll give a quick rundown, and I need confirms. If the Packers win tonight against your beloved Eagles, you're going to drop 5 subbies tomorrow on BTL. If the Packers lose tonight, which they won't, but if they do, I will spin the wheel on tomorrow's show. Deal? Deal?
It's a great deal.
Let me know. It's a great deal. Even Gav getting involved. Let's go, Gav. W Gav. Wow. Rare W Gav around these parts. Good to see him lurking. I've been here. Give me the confirms, Godsynth. Give me the confirms. Let me know if you're in. It's okay if you're out. But would love to, make that deal with you. Okay? All right. Let me know. Swoller Bear, would love to see that tracked. Would love to see your tracking of me coming in here talking shit about plays and then seeing how it works out. Would love to see you track it instead of you just making shit up.
The last time you did do that against the Eagles, I believe it was that Giants Thursday night game. We saw that ended. So there's at least that.
So you're telling me I haven't lost every bet I've taken against the Eagles?
No, don't believe so.
That's crazy. But everybody in chat says I lose every time I get excited about a play. Are they just making that up? Or is that tracked? I'd love to see the track on that puppet. I believe we do have a surge today. That's such a W. And yeah, Godsynth, that's a damn good deal. W, Inglourious Bastards reference there. Yeah, I'm in, Godsynth. I'm in. All right. W deal there. Appreciate the subbies tomorrow. Okay. Would you look at that most popular play? You can get Jalen Hurts push Jovan at plus chicken. At plus chick. What a deal.
Krabs. With all due respect, I'm with you on the Packers, but
what a deal.
There's not a universe.
Add it to your cards.
It'll be on the card.
Add it to the card. I'd love to see the slip so I can root against it. For the other plays, but I'll root against that one.
That's fair. You should.
Right? Does he have a prize pick square up? He only has a 1.5 rushing receiving touchdown square up, which means he probably is scoring. Okay.
Yeah, they had him up for a regular one a little bit ago.
Wow. Maybe that's long gone. All right.
Not regular one, but 0.5 square. That was like barely a demon, so maybe it's trending towards being a regular square.
Huh. All right. All right. Interesting. Yeah, they only got that 1.5 up now. Okay. W Gav, 10 stream streak. Appreciate you getting involved, Gav. Stick around for the surge stream as well. Cannot wait to hear what play you're about to sell. Cannot wait. Okay, W Gav. And W Chat, W Surge Stream, W Trent. Jacobs minus 145 to score a tutty. Did we talk about the Smith-Dobbs combo touchdown square? We did not. I don't know if that makes me feel
is the Packers.
Wow, let's go. Come on.
Very good.
Dusting off old Krabs after going 10-0 the last 2 days on this show. About time I start getting some respect around these parts. All right. All we need is the final Infinity Stone. Trent locking in the Eagles on the ML plus check. Trent, do your job. I did mine. Okay. Excited to watch Surge Stream, my man. Excited to hear some sell jobs. It's time to dust off old Krabs one more time. Okay. W Stream today. Oh, he's on the Packers as well. Okay. That should go well. My heart just dropped out of my fucking chest. All right. W's. It is what it is. All right. Let's move. Let's groove. W Stream today. Appreciate you guys. We'll catch you tomorrow. Same time, same place. Squad Ride Packers tonight. Stick around for the Surge Stream. W Trent. Make sure you guys pitch him a winner. And again, we'll catch you guys tomorrow. Same time, same place. See Buzz on the Eagles. That's huge.
We're back.
We're back. Peace, boys. Oi.